a war fought in the shadows. Mossad placed nearly 100 foreign agents inside Iran, armed with smuggled hardware, trained to cripple missiles before the first shot. Their strikes blunted Tehran's barrages, buying Israel time. Now, as Iran executes accused spies and transcripts reveal Israel hunted Khamenei himself, the covert war looks even darker than the open one. Months after the 12-day war between Israel and Iran unfolded, new details have emerged about a covert operation that intelligence officials describe as among the most ambitious in the Mossad's history. A report from Israel's Channel 13 says the Israeli agency deployed close to 100 operatives inside Iran, tasked with weakening Tehran's missile forces in the days leading up to open conflict. What sets this mission apart is the profile of the recruits. None were Israeli nationals. Instead, they were drawn from foreign networks, trained abroad for months in the use of advanced missile platforms and equipped with hardware that had been smuggled piece by piece into Iran. Once assembled, the systems were deployed against Iran's own ballistic missile launchers and elements of its air defense network. The logistics alone were extraordinary. Training such a large number of agents to operate complex technology, embedding them inside one of the most heavily policed states in the region, and coordinating strikes at the exact moment hostilities began required a level of planning and secrecy rarely seen in modern intelligence work. When the war broke out in June, these operatives were already positioned. Their early strikes helped degrade Iran's missile capacity, blunting the effectiveness of its opening barrages and buying Israel critical time to respond militarily. Though many details remain classified, officials familiar with the mission suggest it was the Mossad's largest covert deployment ever undertaken. The operation illustrates the increasingly prominent role of intelligence activity in the Middle East, where conflicts are now shaped not only by armies and airstrikes, but by clandestine operations conducted well in advance. For Israel, the gamble appears to have paid off, highlighting how covert actions can tip the balance before wars are fought in the open. Meanwhile, Iran has executed Babak Shahbazi, a 44-year-old technician, on charges of spying for Israel, a case that human rights groups say underscores the country's widening use of capital punishment in politically sensitive trials. Shahbazi worked as a contractor installing cooling systems at telecommunications and data centers. Iranian state media alleged he used that access to gather information from secure facilities tied to the military and security apparatus, later passing it to Israel's Mossad. The judiciary claimed he collaborated with another man executed in June on similar charges. Rights advocates, however, strongly contest the official account. Groups such as Iran Human Rights and Amnesty International say Shahbazi's conviction rested on confessions extracted under torture and on fabricated evidence. They argue his arrest stemmed not from espionage, but from a letter he reportedly sent to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, offering technical assistance during the war with Russia. Tehran has supplied Moscow with drones for use in that conflict, a policy that has sparked discontent among some Iranians. Shahbazi's lawyer appealed to the Supreme Court, but the request was denied. Activists report that he spent months in solitary confinement and faced repeated beatings while refusing to sign coerced confessions. His trial was overseen by Judge Abul Qasim Salavati, a figure often criticized for harsh rulings in cases involving dissent. The execution comes amid a surge in capital sentences for alleged espionage. At least 9 people accused of spying for Israel have been executed this year, following the June war, in which Israel struck Iranian targets and Tehran launched missile barrages in response. According to United Nations data, Iran already carried out nearly 1,000 executions last year, one of the highest rates worldwide. Observers warn the pace is accelerating, reflecting a broader crackdown on dissent at home. During the 12-day war with Iran in June 2025, newly disclosed transcripts from closed-door meetings reveal that Israel undertook not just military strikes, but a concerted campaign to destabilise Iran's ruling regime, including attempts to find and assassinate Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Channel 13 News published the details as part of a report set to air in full on September 16th, and to be accompanied by an interview with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. As the strikes began, Israel's leadership articulated ambitions well beyond targeting Iran's nuclear infrastructure, with high-level officials repeatedly returning to the prospect of regime decapitation. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich openly called for more aggressive efforts, stating that Israel needed to keep searching for the leader, referencing Ali Khamenei as a target for elimination. Defense Minister Israel Katz later confirmed that this was not merely rhetoric.
Israel sought to kill Khamenei, but the opportunity didn't present itself.
Intelligence operations reportedly focused on exploiting the chaos of the strikes to track Khamenei's movements or expose possible vulnerabilities. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in discussions with a security cabinet subset, made it clear that top priorities for the operation included striking at Khamenei personally as part of a broader aim to destabilise the Islamic regime. Netanyahu further detailed plans that prioritised setting fuel depots in Tehran on fire and eliminating officials who had stepped in after the first wave of senior Iranian casualties. According to the reports, Israeli planners believed that the death of Iran's supreme leader could turn the tide by throwing the regime into disarray and potentially ending Iran's capacity for sustained retaliation. Despite these efforts, the Israeli leadership acknowledged that the opportunity to assassinate Khamenei never materialized during the operation. Nevertheless, the release of these War Cabinet transcripts highlights just how seriously Israel considered regime change and the assassination of Iran's most powerful figure during the conflict.